Hey guys, welcome to the show. This week, I have the incredible, the amazing, the fantastic, the very funny, and the very insightful Joe Sooch. He has a YouTube channel that has phenomenal content. He is talking about his disability, which is FOP, and I'll have that down in the show notes below. He's got just things that make me happy, things that make me laugh, things that make me cry because they touch my heart and they're so relatable. And I don't want you to miss 1 second of Joe. Stick around. Hi, I'm Carole Jean, founder and host of Mind Your Autistic Brain Talk Show and Community. And you're about to experience the new way to thrive in life and relationships as a late identified autistic by unveiling who you are, how you communicate, finding your self-care plan from the inside out, and being the authentic creator of your best life. Get ready, because this is where we go against the mainstream, say no to outdated society norms, and we say yes to who we are in order to create a joy-filled, balanced, and more neuro-distinct world. Welcome to Mind Your Autistic Brain.
Downhill. So I'm gonna get them on the first try and do it. Okay, most of the time you interview them and then you never talk to them again. So I like the it kind of like the the honeymoon movie, the relationship. It's always fun talking to someone for the first time. The second time, not, maybe not so much.
This is our second time. Please tell me it's not that bad.
Yeah, or maybe you kind of see in an interview, in the beginning it's all great and dandy, and then by the end you kind of no, you're never going to talk to this person again. The interest weighs up. So I just avoid that by just talking to them. I mean, also confident myself that we can have a great conversation. I also come in prepared too. So they don't have to like me, but they'll talk about, their chronic illness. At least they'll know that, so that's how I go with it.
So that's what I love about you. I have incredible respect for you. I see you, Joe. I see you, Joe. And I love what you do and I love how you do it. It's really just such a brilliant way to honor another person. You do that so well.
Oh yeah, when you see
that's something that's missing in human connection.
When you see they're expressing their face, it's pretty priceless. Because it warms my heart, and it's something I would want someone else to do to me, and no one ever does this. So here I am. But
I hope I get to do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna butter your biscuit.
Yeah, I mean it's just the thing is that also I'm putting a lot of effort into it, and another person put less effort will get the same result. They'll get the interview and maybe they'll do better numbers than I will. So it's a little bothersome, but I think of myself in the long run. It'll pay off in the long run. This is something you have to do for 2 or 3 years to really start seeing progress and actual, the numbers coming in and stuff. To me, it's about the numbers and how many views and how many hours people watch my content. That's what matters to me.
Why is that the most? Is that the most important metric for you, or is that just how you're gauging your success?
It just shows that it's just value to me. Because people can. It's just kind of like money in your bank account. That's what matters to me. I don't really care about how many friends I have and stuff. Matters something that physical, cash. That's important to me. Power kind of thing, numbers. Something that people can't necessarily buy, So for me to get 10,000 to follow, it's a lot harder versus someone, let's say they're really pretty and they get 10,000, it's not the same. So I want to have that stake in the ground that I earn all of these followers and such.
I earned this.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It just shows value to me. Yeah. I grew up not being valued at all, so I gotta create value somewhere. So hopefully this will create my value. I did interview someone. He had 3 million subscribers.
Whoa.
So his name is Chris Ulmer, and he's behind the special books by special kids. I don't know if you heard of it before.
No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. Very
Yeah, he
cool.
has 3 million subscribers. He interviews like chronic illnesses and rare diseases. And I signed up for him, and he came to my house and we filmed. He filmed for his video, and then I filmed for our podcast.
Very cool. Well, like you and I first met, or I was first introduced to and sort of met you in a WeGo webinar that we did together.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was like the first time I saw you. And this is when you were still before the rebrand, and you were still Joey Sooch.
Yeah.
I like the rebrand, by the way. I watched that and I thought that was really good. I love it. You're like Joe, you know?
Yeah, I just think it was just time after a while, and I don't know. It's been doing well for me. Sometimes I'll slip up with Joey and then go to stick with Joey, and I'm like, shit. Okay, but I try to stick with it just to seem more professional and more, like everyone kind of see podcasting like a fun job to do, and I'm trying to make it like a business. Like I come here to like actually do professional work, and hopefully it pays off that I can get like an award or something to show that I'm not just doing this for fun, and I'm actually trying to make a living out of here, and to prove everyone wrong, because everyone says podcasting is extremely hard to get into, and being a YouTuber and having a disability, that's all against me. So I just want to prove to everyone and myself that I can do it.
You definitely are doing it. You're doing it really well in my book.
Oh,
you really are.
Yeah, like I mean, I know I'm doing well. I just wish I had the numbers to back it up too. That's the biggest thing, but I got to keep going. Like release an episode and then just, like the work doesn't end there. You got to just do another one and keep going until the day you die, I guess.
So Joe, I know you set yourself some numbers for 2022, and I loved that. I thought that was really cool. And like your YouTube channel is getting super close. Like you're at 1.47 thousand and you're trying to hit 2,000. I think you were like around 1,000 at the beginning when you were recording that. So you're like, I wanted to double that. So like, is that how you set your number? You were just like, I just want to double what I have right now.
I don't know. You kind of threw a number out there. I didn't want that to bar too high for myself. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, just something that's cool. Like I want to get more, but you never know with the internet, like anything really can happen. Like I was expecting to get a guy with 3 million subscribers. Like when he first messaged me, I was shaking. Like I signed up, and I was kind of at his doorstep because he signed up to be on his show. But still, it was just like amazing. He just wanted to interview me, and he was really cool about it. Like he asked me like, "Why you want to do this?" I'm like, "I'm here for the clout." Like.
I love you, man. That is honestly one of the things I really love and respect about you. It's like you just shoot it. You're like, this is what I think. This is how I feel about something. Here's the reasons why. Like, this is what formulated this particular opinion or thought. And you're just like, that's it. I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me. I'm probably going to been a bunch of crap for this, for some stuff. And I love that's how you approach things. You're not tiptoeing around trying to people please. And you're just like, this is it. This is why. And I love it because you're not trying to convince people. You're not trying to say, hey, this is my rightness, but you're like, this is what I see. This is why I feel this way. And you do it in a really beautiful way that opens a conversation and also makes somebody stop and think about maybe what I believe, or maybe what I'm thinking, maybe my opinion. Maybe I was missing some things. And you really do that so well.
I mean, it could come off like kind of arrogant or just too, I guess, a dick in a way. Like when we were doing
that. And I hear you saying that all the time. Like, I know people think I'm an ass or being a dick or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't see that at all. I don't get that from you in any way.
I mean,
yeah, you're sarcastic, but yeah. I like that.
No, I mean, it's just people are like, oh, I'm here to make videos and just make videos and talk about myself and stuff. Like, no, I'm here to like try to make a brand going. Like, it's gonna take a long time. Like, one of the questions the guy asked me was like, so like, how can people be your friends? And I'm like, I didn't like the question because like you can't really give a checklist of how to be your friend, and most people are kind of not your friends really. Like, nah. Like people are friendly towards each other. I have no problem with that. But people are not really your friends. I'm more of like, what can we do to make ourselves better in life? Like, friends is not you also can't force a relationship. Like you can't say like we're both nice people that we're gonna be friends. That's not possible. Like not. We also growing up in a world where it's not. We can't be friends with each other really. Kind of like we'll always have like the family, spouse, and then the best friend, and then the rest are just kind of acquaintances. We just meet each other for seasons and then just move on. That's just kind of how life is. And I think like the best thing I was trying to come across is like these chronic ill people are that a lot of them don't have friends. And I was just thinking of like maybe some of them don't deserve to have friends because they're stuck in a bad position of like, they're at home a lot, they can't develop interests and such. And most people that are together are around a particular, subject or something. So like he was talking about like, oh, like I have lots of friends. And then we were talking about it. He's like, oh, like we go play soccer, on the weekend. I'm like, so if you didn't have soccer, would you be talking to these people again? The answer would be no. So there has to be a reason that you guys are together, not just because you are friendly. There has to be some gain you gain from the other person, not just, oh, I enjoy their company. There has to be something more to that. And that's just really how it is in all relationships, just anywhere. Like there has to be something in there to improve the other person, not just, oh, we're just good people and we enjoy each other's company. There has to be more.
Yeah, it does. And I always talk about, and I did a big series on friendships, and, it was something, and it's what I find interesting because, Joe, you're a neurotypical and I am not.
Mm-hmm.
I am autistic. I am a neurodistinct brain. So it's interesting because the community in the autistic community is very much, and just our approach, the way our brains are wired, the way we approach connection and relationship is a little different. I found that in the autistic community, we more readily embrace and are open to friendships and connections in a different way than neurotypicals. Like you were mentioning a very neurotypical perspective on relationships and friendships. And that is what have you done for me lately kind of thing, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, which I see a lot in the world. And I've always struggled with it, understanding. I mean, I get it, but it's not how I look at people, I look at people and I just appreciate who they are. And, seasons, friendships has a reason, a season, and sometimes a lifetime if you're very lucky. And it's really interesting because in the autistic community, people very rarely look at a connection for a reason as an advancement of themselves. It's usually because they found sort of what you were talking about, something they connect over, be it, an experience or a way of a hobby or a focused interest or something like that. But it's just a little bit different. And I find that so interesting.
The other thing I want to add is also value to the relationship too. Like just being nice to a person is kind of the bare minimum to someone. You got to provide some kind of value to it. So it just could it be you look good and I want to be with you because you look good, but there has to be a value to it. And the other thing, it comes with experience. Like I've been trying to be friends with people just based on being nice and such and funny, and then it just wasn't working out at all. Like I would not handling any of these situations. I was not able to really make friends at all. And then it just, I guess when you're adult, it just comes down to value. And I think a lot of disabled people that they don't bring value to other people. Like anyone can be funny and nice and such, but not everyone can like, I don't know, like in my case, provide video production skills. That's pretty a niche group, or, like talking well, that's pretty niche. It's just some people that don't provide much value to another person. And that's just kind of how it is to me. It's like I grew up great, nice personality, all that, but like I didn't have any value to it. So it's just like I just got swiped, I just got pushed to the side. So now I'm creating this value with my brand, and hopefully that brand will give me more value so more people are willing to talk to me and want to work with me and such. Like the conversation's a lot different when you're when you have value in the situation, and kind of like a respect kind of thing. Like I don't know, like when you have somebody with value, the conversation is different and much more validating for just someone that's just like you because you're just nice.
Yeah, just pleasantries. So Joe, that makes me really curious because I've sort of identified, for myself from what you've said, what you value in friendship or relationship. But what is it really to you? Like if you were looking, like, let's just say you're looking for a relationship or friendship, like a good connection. What do you look for that of value? Like, what do you consider to be valuable?
I think like one thing is I'm a very open person. So like if let's say we're dating, like I need them to be open too. Like I respect people and their privacy, but it's just not gonna work with my brand. It's just like I really want to go all open about, like interable relationships and talk about these things. And I'm I don't know, like to me I find like sex really funny. Like so like I never been with a girl before. So like one of the posts I would love to do right afterwards is like, did have sex, like maybe they'll hide a face or something, but like I just find it funny to do that. And like, I don't know, it's a fun person to be with, not really caring about what society is. Everyone like keeps a perfect profile on Instagram, so no one can find their bad things. No one expresses their opinion too much, so they don't get canceled or, they don't want to ruffle feathers and such. People like keep a clean profile, so like it happened in the dating world. Like they'll be really like nice and such, and 6 months later, they find like a red flag or something, and or they're playing a character, and then like they get to show them true self, and the relationship doesn't work out. Like I can't. My life is too short. I can't like bullshit my way to relationships. Like either you're gonna love me now, and we're gonna grow. Like I'm willing to put the effort in a relationship and everything, but like it can't bullshit. But it's also like, um, I don't know. And then like filming would be a big one for me too. That has to be like knowing how to film and such, or at least willing to learn how to film, just being adventurous, outgoing. Um, I think like another thing is I want them to be better than me because I don't want to be the one that's like always planning things or let's do this way. Like I want kind of like a back and forth. How can we make ourselves better than that? I I want like I'm very a motivating person, but I want someone to motivate even more. Like, oh, let's do this shot or let's do this pro. Like make my image even better than just myself.
I like that. You just described an authentic connection relationship. And that's where there's openness, there's authenticity, both people showing up as themselves, not the masked, picture perfect version of
Yeah.
themselves, but the warts and all version of, this is my strengths, these are my weaknesses. And the reciprocity of sharing and that give and take in a relationship. And I think that's what we're all looking for.
I'll be posting like half naked photos of myself. I mean, I guess I'm a little blessed that it's more for advocacy, so it's not as seen as sexy if it's like versus a woman that does that. But like I'm privileged that the people I work with are all art people, so they're like cool with it and such. Um, like
So
they'll
it
share
was
my videos.
Ellie that painted you, right?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh yeah, like she's an artist. She's fine with me doing all the things I want to do. Would she do it? No, I mean we're like best friends. Like we're never gonna enter a relationship at all or anything like that.
So
We
did she
wouldn't be.
rock her green shoes you gave her for her birthday?
She didn't like them, so she's trying to like sell them right now.
I saw the little pop up that you did on the videos. Like anybody looking for a pair of green. I love your green shoes. They're like to me, they're kind of almost like your trademark kind of thing. It's like you see the green shoes. I know it's Joe.
Yeah, it was just a little bit. It was too small for her, so she's trying to sell it, and I really decided that I'm at like one of the lowest like what do you call it? the love languages. My least one is gift giving. I don't care about gifts at all.
So what is
like,
your number one love language then?
It's acts of service, and I think I don't know what's the other one called, but it's effort, I guess. Oh, and quality time.
See, those are my two as well. Quality time and acts of service.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like anyone can buy anybody gifts. That's pretty easy. Anyone could say you're beautiful and such. That's fine too. But not everyone can give you that quality time or like the acts of service. That's like a pretty big steps in any relationship. Yeah, it upsets me when I'm hanging out with people and they're on their phones all the time. Like, it's unfair to me and it's like rude.
Totally rude.
It was very big. We were talking like we went to the greenhouse and we were literally talking how like relationships suck and like people are like, like on their phones and such. And she was literally on her phone most of the time. Like I was looking at the video, like I film a lot, like maybe 30 minutes worth. I was looking at all the video. Every time I put her on camera, she was on her phone. And I cut it all out. And it did rub me the wrong way. And then we did never talk again afterwards.
Wow, that kind of sucks. So many times that you look back, like in retrospect at people that you thought, oh, okay, I'll try this. And, I don't know, maybe I'm curious. I don't know if you've done this. I did this where I would just sort of like dismiss those things because somehow I thought, oh, it's a one-time thing, or maybe it's just today or whatever. And then it's sort of like it was the pattern of behavior. And then all of a sudden, like, 6 months, a year down the road, I'm like, this is driving me crazy. Like, this is just not working. And I had been like suppressing, ignoring, and just like dismissing the big thing that was like not working in the relationship from the very beginning.
I mean, just if you're on your phone when we're together, that's just a big flag. Like you're not really wanting to be where we are right now. Like that, I mean, we weren't on a date or anything. We were just friends and such. But even then, that was just the red flag to me. Like I don't. It's just
your friendships have to have that same authentic connection and reciprocity. Yeah.
Of course, like I don't know. People like my friend calls me that I'm a little too cutthroat for relationships, but I also don't want to accept bullshit. That's like not cool for someone to be on their phones, while we're together and stuff. Especially coming from a pandemic, everyone wanted to be with other people, and then we're here together. Like she came all the way from Florida, and then you're just on your phone. That's just a red flag to me, and I can't handle that. Like I'm giving my time with her and such. I want to get to know her, but she doesn't want to get to know me and such. Like I'll talk to her, and she just won't even talk. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I told her don't want to be the dick. Like, please put your phone down. So I let her do. Like I'm at an age where like we just do what react to what people are doing to you. Don't give them like a pass to it. If they're on their phone all the time, that's fine. Just accept it and move on. I don't have enough time to like discuss it. I mean, also like we didn't get as. I met her through a podcast and we got along really well. But even when we were talking normally, it wouldn't have worked out. So that's fine. But yeah, it was just a big red flag and just didn't feel well with it.
I love how you really gotten super clear about your healthy boundaries, like what you accept in your life and what you don't. One of the things that I really loved, I mean, oh my God, it's like, it makes me like really happy. I loved the video that you did with your body painting for your birthday. That was just, oh my God, it like makes me want to cry. It was so beautiful. It really, I mean, you are beautiful.
And now I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with you there.
To me, you are though. And I was just so touched by the post, the vlog. Like I have to say your vlogs are probably my favorite. Oh my gosh. I have to like dap my face because I'm crying because I got so emotional talking about this. I mean, you really you've touched my heart so deeply, Joe, really. Like, I want to know you, and like, just, you're an amazing person, your heart. I mean, your
Hell
snark,
yeah.
I love. But there's so much that I just truly appreciate, and that I see and recognize in you, that I want everybody else to see and recognize. Like, that it's just like, you have to see Joe. You have to truly like see Joe. Like, I want the world to see you the way that I see you. And just your birthday video, your vlog, where you were talking about, that 10 people out of 800 that have FOP, which is what you have, which is where your muscles and tendons and ligaments turn to bone and sort of freeze in place.
You did your research.
Hey, I showed up to butter your biscuit, man. I was going to be prepared.
I'm loving it.
But what that really hit home in a lot of ways, just for myself, from my own experiences, but to also just hear your heart in that, and to hear what you were saying, but also maybe some of the things that I felt like you weren't fully expressing, which was just sort of, you didn't expect to make it to 29.
No, I mean, I don't know what to expect, but I do know that I won't live a long time, and I don't know. It's just, I don't have time to like hide myself. It's like, this is something I love to do, and I'm just gonna be authentic me all the way through, and feels amazing to do. And I wanted to like have my own channel. I can literally do whatever I want on it. Everything is as authentic as I want it to be. There are times where I do want to film more and such, or I'm limited by the people around me. Like the videos would be a lot different if I had a girlfriend versus her. But she does a great job just like helping me out and just expressing who I am. But I'm also a person that just allow people to be the way they are. Like, I don't, like my best friend, like there's things I don't like about her either, but I don't shun her for, I mean, I do make fun of her. Like, she's into astrology, and I can't stand it.
Oh, we got to talk about your tarot reading. I love it. So you're trying to hit 6,900 on Instagram. Is that right? Okay. Yep. So guys, if you're listening to the show right now, if you're watching the show, I'm going to have the link down in the show notes. I want you to go follow Joe. We're going to make this happen, because number one, if you're not already following Joe, you're missing out. You're missing out on just like amazing laughs. He's freaking hilarious. He's got the most like dry wit, super snarky, sarcastic sense of humor, which I love. He is really kind of dirty, which I like.
Yeah, it's a hit and miss with the internet world. I don't know. People love it, but like they don't like it at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Oh, I totally appreciate it. I really do. I love it. And one of the things that I'd like to know, if you don't mind sharing, and you totally don't have to.
Yeah.
It's like, Carole Jane, no way. Just be quiet. Go away. When you were talking about that, you had COVID, and that, you made it through. Like, seriously, when you're like, it was touch and go, how touch and go was it, Joe? Because that's probably something pretty freaking serious for you.
It was like serious for 5 days, and then I felt like shit, and then afterwards I just kind of went back to my normal strat again, kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like a re-examining of like, just like a re-examining of just, like life is short and keep going and such. Like, my stamina got a little lower, which was really unfortunate, but like I just gotta keep going. And I also thought about, even though I had all my chronic illness disasters in my lifetime, it's hard to give advice when you're better, because during that time, no advice really could help you. You're all on your own, and like you're the only one that can really put yourself together. Like, it's hard to like talk to other chronic ill people that are actually chronically ill, where they're getting better. Like, you can like you can't really like help them like I just think I'm a special person in terms of like motivation and drive to do all these things. Like I mean, I think it's also another privilege that like I know I'm not really getting better, but I'm getting to a point. I got better to a point where I can like go out again and such. Where some people they can't do that, or they just get too tired just from going out for an hour. It's just like I don't know if that's just if I'm privileged that I can go out there, or just like I don't care, or if it's endorphin things, or my self-esteem is really high, or I don't know, but like I wanted to keep going. Like that, I just have that drive in me to keep going. Just for me, it's just frustrating because I don't have a lot of people that are around. I'm only limited by the people that are around me to allow me to fulfill my drive of things. Even my best friend, like she's amazing, but there's a lot of things I want to do more that she just doesn't want to do.
I think that's something worth, I think everyone reflecting on in their own lives is, who is adding value to my life, to use your word there. And what are the influences that the people in my life are having on me? Because, emotions are contagious. And I always say to people in coaching for Mind Your Autistic Brain is like, what are you spreading? If emotions are contagious, like what are you spreading in the world? But the other side of that is who's in your life and what are they spreading? What are they smearing all over you? Is it something good? Is it tenacity and drive and focus and joy and happiness and compassion and kindness and fun and adventure? Or is it like fear and angst and worry and, nothing's ever good enough and all of those kind of things, because it really does impact your life. I mean, where your attention is where your life is. And if the people around you are giving you those things, like, how's that affecting you, right?
I mean, to me, I don't really accept bullshit to keep going with my life. It's kind of mental health. I can understand a bad thing, but like we just gotta keep pushing, or it's gonna drown you. It's just difficult for me because the biggest thing is people don't know what my limitations are, so they already have established limitation on me. So that's hard to break out of that. And two, with confidence and stuff. So I feel like, and then the other thing, I have to develop trust with the person because I know when I go out there, I am as strong as the person that's next to me. So they have to know who I am, what my disease is, how to take care of me if something does bad happen. Most people won't even look at me at all and such. To be comfortable with me, handle me physically, like if I want to stand up and such. That takes a little bit of training. Confidence of me, that's a big one. It takes time, and it's it's just difficult for other people. But like a lot of things I would love to do more, but I just can't do it because others don't want to put the time towards me. They rather put it towards someone else, and I can't blame them for that. Regardless of what my how funny I am. So like I'm hoping that my improved value in terms of on social media will help me be more valued, and people want to put the effort towards me because also trying to showcase what my limitations are. So like me going out and all these great places, like I push myself forward because I generally want to do that. And, like if I do that path, like others will want to follow too, but I also want to go deeper into my path, and I'm limited of stuff. So like one thing I want to get is like, I want to get like cross earrings. That's something I want to do. I want to get like a neck tattoo. That's something I would love to do. Just like really cool shit to do. And like in my life, like this, like I don't know, like I somewhat get anxiety, but like I want to say I like the confidence, but like it's just unconfidence, and I'll just push through, and that's it. And it usually never turns out as bad as people think it is. So I'm just open to new experiences. Let's just go with it. Like it's just cool to do all these things.
Joe, I
I don't.
think that what makes you special is that you've probably lived uncomfortable for all, like your whole life, honestly, physically and just socially. And that has given you this really amazing like grit, resilience, and tenacity to just say, I'm just going to push through the uncomfortable because this is sort of like a normal state of being. I mean, that's sort of the autistic experience. Is like everything's freaking uncomfortable. I never feel comfortable most anywhere. I just keep freaking going.
And then at one point it stops being uncomfortable, and then so like I go out and do whatever I want to do. People look at me great or not great, but like I don't really care. Like just gonna walk away, and that's it. Just be respectful of my time and just have fun with them. Just I'm just going 100% of how I feel and such, and hope people follow me. I could probably get a lot more followers if I went with the more safer approach. So I could be like one example, I could be a lot more religious. I'm an atheist.
Please don't.
I know, but
don't
like
clean it up.
I know, but people like that. They want or cleaner image, like a lot more likes. I probably get a lot more followers and not ruffle the feathers and all that. I get it. I don't want to, but I could totally go that path. I know, but I could go that path, get 20,000 followers, do an image change. Hopefully that audience will stay. Well, a lot of people don't unfollow, which is kind of great, I guess. It takes a lot of steps to unfollow, but like I could do that, but I'm just gonna go meet up from the beginning. If you like me, great. If you don't, then I really don't care. Like it doesn't. You won't following me will not make a difference to me. The only people that really matter to me is like my family, like my best friend, and I mean my best friend's opinion also doesn't really matter to me. There's a lot of stuff she doesn't like about me either, and like okay, cool. Like she didn't like the shoes too much. That's fine. Sometimes she doesn't like the style I wear. That's fine. Like I really don't care. But or like we're just open with each other. Like I mean I think that's great just to be open with it and just and then and then like the girlfriend obviously I would care. Not really care about the opinion, but I would care her as a person. But for the rest of the people, I really don't unless we start developing a closer relationship. So like I'll reach out like, hey, like you okay? Like what's up? Stuff like that. But the rest of the people, they're just nothing really. They don't mean much to me. We just see each other for 10 seconds on an Instagram story or post, but never talk. And that's fine. That's kind of how life is. Social media. I also try to think of life if there wasn't social media. No people doesn't matter in the social media. Only people that matter are the people that are around you close. And then the other thing is geographic convenience. You're with the people that you work with all the time because you will work together. As soon as they leave or you leave, the relationship ends. You never talk again. That's kind of how it is. That's just the reality of the thing. If you can accept that, then that's fine. Because if you don't, then you're just going to be sad all the time. Like, why this person doesn't like me, or, like, what did I do wrong? If you accept the reality of this and the game of the world, everything makes sense and you kind of accept it and move on. And that's how I guess I just grew up. I grew up thinking that a different game, but when I actually see the reality of it, then I'm able to just accept it and move on with it and just be as happy as I can
Joe. I don't think that we can have any more discussion beyond this that would be any more profound than what you just shared. If you guys are loving this, if you guys are really just digging Joe, please go check out his YouTube channel. Go follow him, help him get to his 2,000 followers on his YouTube channel this year. It is Joe Sooch. And you can check him out and help him get to his 6,900 follower count on Instagram at Joe Sooch with 2 H's, SOOCH.
Yeah, I couldn't find
because somebody had it already and wouldn't give it up, the stinker.
I didn't want a number. It seemed too like when we were kids to have a number. So I just went if you just type in JOESOO, I just assumed the rest would just fill in,
It usually does. I think it did for me when I was doing it. So it'll be down in the show notes with the links, guys. Please go check him out. Go watch his vlogs. Go watch his interviews. I mean, He's funny, he's entertaining, but he's also insightful. He's got an amazing heart. He'll never admit it, but I'm just going to tell you, Joe's got an amazing heart.
No, I do have a great. I'm happy with everything I have. Just the only thing I don't like is my disability, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with myself.
Well, I think we all have something that we at one point are like, yeah, not my favorite part, but hey, thanks for being here, Joe. I really appreciate the conversation. I really appreciate your time and just being able to share chat with you is always special.
You're a great person. I had no problem coming back here again and see where our conversation led to. Went all over the place today.
If you are someone who likes to help people and share what has made a difference in your life, please share this talk show with a friend and on your social media accounts so that you can be the blessing in another late identified autistic's life. Be sure to tag me at Social Audie so I can personally say thank you. And to help keep the talk show ad-free, please consider becoming a one-time or recurring supporter through either Buy Me a Coffee or the Anchor podcast links in the show notes below. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you for being a listener, and thank you for adding your voice to our story.